If you fail to recognize evil in its subtle form, you will keep defending those who drain you, trusting those who deceive you, and protecting those who are quietly destroying your confidence. Evil is not only in myths or movies, it exists in real life and often works in subtle ways. But with awareness and self-control, you can recognize it and protect your peace. Evil people do not show their true face at first, yet their actions always reveal who they are. They manipulate, exploit your kindness, and create chaos for their own benefit. The good news is that you do not need to be a detective to see the signs. Ancient Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus taught timeless wisdom about guarding your mind and recognizing destructive character. In this video, we uncover clear signs that you are dealing with an evil person, signs you should never ignore. These insights will help you protect your energy, keep your clarity, and move through life with quiet confidence. Number 1. Constant manipulation. Seneca warned that those ruled by fear try to control many things. Manipulators do not stand on integrity, they twist reality and use lies as tools. I once trusted a colleague who praised me in public and made me feel valued. Yet behind the scenes, he quietly damaged my reputation and exaggerated small mistakes to management. When I confronted him, he calmly said he was only helping me improve, and for a moment I doubted myself. That is how manipulation works. It does not shout, it confuses. It makes you question your memory and your worth. He was not guiding me, he was creating dependence so I would feel I needed him. Manipulators do not build trust. They study your insecurities and use them to gain control. Stoicism teaches that clarity and self-mastery are your defense. A virtuous person leads you toward independence, not dependence. If someone constantly pushes you to follow them while ignoring your boundaries, step back. As Epictetus taught, no person is free who is not master of himself. When you refuse to play their game, you reclaim your mind. You do not need to argue, you simply stand firm and keep your freedom. Number 2. A mask of charm. Epictetus reminded us that bright appearances often hide deeper truths. Some people seem almost too perfect, their smile smooth, their words precise, their attention intense. At first it feels special, almost magical. Genuine charm connects people and builds trust, but false charm is a weapon. It is designed to lower your guard. They present themselves as the ideal friend, partner, or mentor, yet behind the performance there is calculation. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes colored by its thoughts. A person who thinks selfishly will eventually act selfishly. I once knew someone who praised everyone warmly, making each person feel unique, but over time I saw that his compliments were strategic. When he no longer needed something, he withdrew and even spoke badly about those he once admired. Words can shine, but actions reveal character. Watch how they treat people who offer them no advantage. If you feel impressed but uneasy, trust that quiet signal inside you. Stoicism teaches that truth does not need decoration. Real goodness does not need a mask. Number 3. Lies without conscience. Marcus Aurelius advised that if something is not true, it should not be said. For a malicious person, truth is only an obstacle. They lie with purpose, to gain power, escape blame, or reshape your perception. I once saw someone claim full credit for a team's success, yet documents clearly showed the work was shared. When confronted, she did not accept responsibility. She shifted blame and created confusion. This is how skilled deceivers operate. They make you question your memory. Their lies need constant repair, new lies to support old ones. But truth stands without effort. Pay attention to inconsistencies. Do their stories change under pressure? Do their actions match their words? Stoicism teaches us to observe behavior, not promises. Ask clear questions and set boundaries. If dishonesty continues, walk away calmly. Strength is not in winning arguments, it is in protecting your values and peace. Number 4. Lack of empathy. Seneca said that humans are made for cooperation, not isolation. Empathy connects us and allows shared understanding. A malicious person sees others as tools, not as human beings. Imagine sharing your pain with someone and they quickly turn the conversation back to themselves, dismissing your struggle as small. When this becomes a pattern, it reveals something deeper. Without empathy, relationships become transactions. They may pretend to care when it benefits them, but their indifference appears when there is nothing to gain. Marcus Aurelius advised us to stop arguing about what a good person should be and simply be one. When faced with coldness, set firm boundaries. Protect your peace. Do not let their emptiness reduce your worth. Choose relationships built on respect and mutual support. Real connection is rooted in empathy, not exploitation. Number 5. The hunger for control. Number 5. The hunger for control. For an evil person, control is not a habit, it is their lifeline. They want to dominate everything around them, your relationships, your thoughts, even your smallest decisions. Marcus Aurelius taught that your mind is under your control, not outside events, and this is your true power. That inner power is exactly what malicious people try to steal, because if they control your mind, they control your life. I once knew someone who seemed trustworthy and wise. Their advice sounded helpful and sincere. Slowly, subtle doubts entered their words, small remarks that questioned my decisions and weakened my confidence. When I wanted to join an important project, they convinced me I was not ready and insisted on leading instead. At that time, I believed them, because they made me doubt my own judgment. Later, I understood the truth. They did not want my growth, they wanted my dependence. People like this use guilt, shame, or even sweet encouragement to keep you attached to them. Over time, you begin to question your abilities and your worth, and your independence fades. Epictetus said that freedom is the highest goal, and freedom begins when you refuse to be controlled. Ask yourself a simple question: does this align with my values? Let that question guide you. Your autonomy is your greatest strength, and no one has the right to take it. Protect your mind, because it is the starting point of true freedom. Those who truly care about you will empower you, not control you. Number 6. Blame games and deflection. Seneca observed that people often prefer comfort over judgment, and manipulators use this weakness. They refuse responsibility and create stories where they are always the victim. When something goes wrong, they shift the blame onto you or onto circumstances. I once worked closely with a friend on an important task, and when mistakes appeared, she quickly criticized my methods instead of admitting her own errors. Her tone was calm and reasonable, which made me question myself. After repeated patterns, I saw the manipulation clearly. Such individuals twist facts and play with emotions until you feel guilty for their failures. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that truth stands on its own. Stay calm and focus on facts, not feelings. When someone shifts blame, ask for clarity with firmness. Do not enter their emotional chaos. Set boundaries and refuse to carry responsibilities that are not yours. Integrity means owning your actions, and when someone consistently avoids accountability, their character is revealed. Your duty is not to fix them, your duty is to protect your peace. Number 7. The pleasure of pain. One of the darkest signs of a malicious person is the quiet satisfaction they feel when others suffer. Epictetus advised us to stay close to those who make us better. Yet these individuals enjoy seeing others fall. It may begin with small sarcasm, a laugh at someone's failure, or gossip spoken with excitement. Over time, you see the pattern. They rise by pushing others down. I once knew someone who smiled when a co-worker was publicly criticized, and at first I ignored it. Later I realized that this was her way of feeling superior. Seneca said that adversity teaches strength, but for such people, adversity is a tool to feed their ego. They sabotage, spread rumors, and highlight weaknesses to feel powerful. At the root of this behavior is insecurity. They need others to feel small so they can feel big. Do not stay close to someone who celebrates pain. Protect your self-respect and choose companions who celebrate growth. True strength does not come from watching others fall, it comes from rising together. Number 8. Isolation as a weapon. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that humans are born to work together. Malicious individuals understand this, and that is why they try to separate you from your support system. Isolation makes you easier to control. I once experienced someone who slowly planted doubts about my closest relationships. She questioned my friends' loyalty and my family's understanding, always suggesting that only she truly cared. At first it sounded protective, but slowly distance grew between me and those who had always supported me. This was not concern, it was strategy. When you are isolated, you depend more on the manipulator. Remember that real strength comes from healthy connections. If you notice yourself drifting away from people who once grounded you, pause and reflect. Reach out to them. Rebuild communication. Stoic philosophy teaches that we are part of a larger community, and unity gives resilience. Protect your relationships, because they are your shield against manipulation. Number 9. Jealousy in disguise. Jealousy becomes most dangerous when it hides behind concern or goodwill. Seneca warned that envy is like an ulcer of the soul, and those who harbor it often cloak their attacks as advice or compliments. These people cannot tolerate your success or happiness. Their words may seem helpful, but they are designed to chip away at your confidence. I once knew a friend who seemed genuinely invested in my achievements. After completing a major project, she said, "That's great, but maybe next time push harder to reach a higher standard." At first it felt like advice, but her tone carried a hidden sting. What seemed supportive was actually a subtle attempt to make me doubt myself. A jealous person rarely attacks outright. Instead, they plant small doubts, comparing you to others or downplaying your successes. They cannot celebrate your light because it exposes their shadows. Stoic philosophy teaches us to trust our intuition. If praise or advice feels off, look deeper into the intent. True kindness uplifts, encourages, and celebrates. False compliments manipulate and diminish. Protect yourself by setting clear boundaries and surrounding yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your growth. Do not dim your light for others. Stand firm in your value. Number 10. The unrepentant heart. One of the clearest signs of evil is a refusal to admit fault or change. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that instead of debating what a good person should be, we should focus on improving ourselves. Evil individuals do the opposite. They cling to harmful habits, justify their actions, and refuse to repair the damage they cause. I have known people who always had an excuse for every wrong. When confronted, they blamed circumstances or others, never themselves. They see self-reflection as weakness and stubbornness as strength. Stoicism teaches that admitting mistakes and making amends are acts of courage and self-respect. Those with unrepentant hearts hurt others and reject personal growth. If you are close to someone who justifies their actions and refuses to change, protect yourself. Invest your energy in people who lift you, who confront their flaws, and strive to improve. Marcus Aurelius said, "Focus your mind on those who elevate your life." Awareness is your most powerful weapon. Evil can only harm when you are unaware. Recognize their strategies, protect your peace, and shield your mind. True strength lies in mastering your thoughts and reactions. Set boundaries, stand firm, and keep shining. Your light is what they fear most. If this video helped you see the subtle ways toxic people operate, make sure to hit the like button to show that you value awareness and personal growth. Share it with friends and family who might need this guidance, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another lesson on protecting your mind and energy. Your awareness is your shield, and together we can build a community that stands firm against manipulation, deception, and negativity. Stand tall, stay vigilant, and remember, mastering your mind is the first step to true freedom.